Welcome back to Spirit U. It's Danny, and today I just want to talk. I'm not presenting any particular point or any teachings right now. I kind of just want to talk. It's been a while since I did a recording. I know yesterday I did one or two like mini recordings, but let's just say I've been out of the flow and I've been what's that term? Like out of the roll. I haven't been rolling through. I don't know. I haven't been in flow in a while, and I just thought, you know what, fuck it. Let's just get back into expressing, talking, letting all the crap fall out of my mind. I do have a kind of idea of what I want to talk about, and it's got to do with interacting or engaging with the world or thinking about things out there in the world and thinking of things in a binary sense. Like, what's a nice way? What's a lay way to say this? For lay people, what I mean is when you look at the world in black and white, or if you understand that there are different tones, shades, and colors and textures to everything that happens in life. Because I want to talk about this because it's good if we acknowledge that there are definitely benefits to look at everything in a black and white kind of sense, in a binary kind of sense. What's that word where it's like you've only got two choices? I don't know, there's some cool ass word I used to use back in the day to, make people think like, oh shit, he's intelligent, man. He just used some crazy ass word. But so there's benefits to seeing things and presenting things as black and white, but the intelligent ones out there know that that is not the absolute truth, nor that is not how things in life truly are. It's a good starting way. It's a good convenient way to look at ideas or concepts in life when you look at things in black and white, or when you've only got like, you're either like this or you're like that. It's good and it's convenient so you can move on into the bigger concepts of whatever idea or notion you may be talking about. But it's not the most precise, more than most accurate, not the most intelligent, not the most truthful, nor should it be relied upon to come to conclusions. See, that's where it becomes extremely troublesome. There's a lot of responsibilities and duties that sort of get treated in a black and white manner, and then the best conclusions are missed out upon because the people with such responsibilities only look at things in black and white, not considering all the other factors that may be involved. And remember, everybody, we're human. Whether we like it or not, we are not black and white. I know the Western world has had this, political thing going on. Or look, no offense, it's just the people that live in the United States. They have some closed-minded, selfish argument, and they still have conflict about it today, where it's like white or black and all that kind of stuff. And it's always about like who's black and white. And like, look, no offense, like I know you guys had your struggles. I'm not disregarding any of that, but it's pretty damn closed-minded. Because while you guys are all arguing about like, white rights, black rights, whose lives matter, blah, 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 y'all forget that there's us golden people out there. Yes, I'm going to use the term golden. There's all us golden people out there just wondering like, why are these guys always fighting between black and white? We're just happy being golden. And when I say golden, you could be from Asia, Southeast Asia. You could be from Europe, the Mediterranean. You could be from the sand countries. I don't mean that in a racist way. You could be from wherever. And we all look at each other. You know what? We golden. Because these black and white ends of the spectrum too busy fighting each other. That's crazy. And I don't know. I hope they're all doing all right. But there are, if they had considered that, hey, people aren't just black or white. There's so many shades on the spectrum. That whole divide that was created and was enforced for such a long time could have been nullified. It could have been, how do I say this? Overcome. But no. The people that may have wanted to create the divide enforced the idea, and the rest of the stupid ass world accepted it. So I'm not pointing direct fingers at any one side. I'm pointing fingers at all of us. Remember, we're all together, we're all collective, and we've all got a part to play. The idea of pointing fingers on who to blame, that's weak. That's weakness. And that is the flaw. Not the flaw. That is the lesson that we as beings can learn about and overcome. I was talking to some friends, some relatives the other day, and they were upset because let's just say they like to go out and play certain sports. And because they love to do that and play these sports, they bring along other friends and relatives to come and play the sports. But of course, when you play the sports, it takes up time, and then it takes up time, and taking up time, like with activities, it sort of takes over time you could have used to do your duties at home and, cook dinner and do the other responsibilities that would be helpful to tick off at the end of the day. Well, let's just say, all right, so I got my cousins, they love playing this particular sport, and they're really passionate about it, and so they always invite others to come join and play. And it's cool. But the more time went on, some people who don't speak up get unhappy that their partners are also on the court playing and not spending enough time at home because they're always too busy playing the sports and all that. And as the story goes on and certain individuals aren't always at home, the people waiting for them at home are getting more upset. And the easiest thing for them to do is blame those who are passionate about the sport. Point fingers to the other people involved and say that they are the evil ones. See how evil they are? They keep convincing Johnny to go back to the courts and play and all that stuff. He doesn't even have dinner with us anymore, and he doesn't even help me get the food and all that. All he does is just give me money and think that's enough and think he can just go play. You and your cousins, you guys are evil. You guys are evil because you have taken Johnny away from me and he's never coming home, and that's your fault. It's your fault that you invited Johnny and gave him the decision whether to engage or not, and also convinced him to, hey, you gotta go home and all that. But even though you convinced him, it's still your fault. So you're still the evil people, and you're not good people. And I'm gonna tell everyone else that you're a bad influence, and you don't care about other families and all that. Look, can you see where I'm going with this? Weak ass people that don't want to take responsibility, and their loved ones who also refuse to take responsibility and refuse to let those with the responsibilities not take the responsibility. These weak characters are painting the world in a silly black and white manner. Yes, me and my relatives do love to shoot our hoops, get on the court and all that stuff, and we love it when everyone joins us because it's fun. And at the end of the day, when we all get together and we play, it's fun and everyone's having a good time. And we've learned how to take care of our responsibilities, and we make sure that everyone is well before they come and join us, because it's hard for us to play when the other team, everyone's 100%, and we know our guard, he's busy thinking about what his girlfriend's thinking at home. It's like, yo, man, we want you to be 100%. Make sure you took care of everything at home. So, of course, we're encouraging so-and-so to make sure they're okay, especially outside of the court. But for him to allow his regent queen to accuse us of such heresies and paint us like we're evil and it's all our fault, that's weak characters not taking responsibility, and also relying on very narrow, myopic viewpoints of how things are in the world. People, or us beings, become more powerful when we can take responsibility for everything that happens in our life. If we keep handing responsibility off to someone else or to some authority figure, whether you like it or not, you become weaker. Just that mindset has made you weaker. And when you like to live in terms of things being black and white, you give yourself fewer opportunities to reclaim any kind of power you can. In a weird opposing analogy, someone with little power can start to perceive all these little ways how they are more powerful, even though they don't matter at the end of the day. But they can just see like, oh yeah, but I smell better, I dress better, I use better toothpaste than blah, 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 blah. So overall, I'm a better person. For some reason, it spiritually all manifests into the guy with the mad toothpaste and all that being a better person, even though maybe he may not be. But because he's trying to take responsibility in different other things and seeing himself as more responsibility and more responsible in other things, it empowers him. And in a sense, spiritually, as a whole person, it makes him more powerful versus subject B, who might actually be more powerful and responsible, but they may be seeing everything too black and white, and they don't understand all the little micro ways that they can accumulate more sense of power and responsibility. I hope this makes sense to whoever listens to my nonsense. But anyway, black and white shit. Yo, I hope that we all learn that there's just so many colors of the wind and colors of the rainbow, shades, spectrums, all that, to everything that's going on. And it's not as simple as this means this. So, A plus B equals C and all that shit. There's more to anything that happens in life. And now I want to get deeper into it. there's a funny idea that I share with some people. I have a client sometimes I talk with, and to be nice, but to also help talk about things, I make little jokes. Look, I know professionally it's not a good thing and all that, but I also engage with other people on a non-professional level, and I make little jokes about things that I'm thinking about that I would like resolved. And I joke about it just to remind everyone, like, hey, this is still a matter. But I don't make the joke to bring up that it's a big problem. But what's a good way to explain this? I joke about a matter because it's what's currently the matter, but I'm not making a big deal about it. But anyway, this client is aware that I'm bringing up something in a joking manner, and they always say is like, oh, but there's always truth in every joke. So yeah, and I completely agree. I'm like, yeah, of course, that's why I joked about it. So that's the concept I want to talk about. Like there's a truth in the jokes that I made, and 100%. This is where when things are black and white versus more detail, this is where this idea expands a bit more, because a joke is not necessarily the context of jokes aren't exactly true, because things are exaggerated in jokes to create the effect of humor. There's always the exaggeration, and with exaggeration, there are sort of untruths or fictional ideas, like not completely 100% accurate concepts or contexts. Like, for example, when you say something is a joke, in a sense, you're trying to say it's not true. But the best of us know that, even in any fiction, there's truth. Oh yeah, that's the crazy thing. Oh, that's a crazy concept I'm already going to. In fiction, there is truth, even though it's fiction. What's the definition for fiction? Is it a made-up event or something? We could probably say that fiction is an account of something that was not noted accurately. I don't know. But all we know is that non-fiction is like some, recorded and truthful accounts of things. Whereas fiction, we relate that to more things that were concocted in someone's head. Which is strange, because when we want to get deeper and more philosophical and spiritual into anything, everything is fiction, because everything we perceive, in a sense, is made up in our head. Ooh. And there ain't no such thing as truth, because no matter what we're engaging with and perceiving with, it's our head that interprets it and creates it into an idea. Just like, for example, the color of an apple. We all agree that it's red, but we may not see the same type of red as everyone else is seeing. And we'll never know. We'll never know if we all see the same type of red. We're all perceiving the same spectrum of light bouncing off into our retina and then perceiving it a certain way. But how we perceive it and what it looks like, we don't know. Like that whole idea of the color red, I might be seeing a completely different color to what everyone's been seeing the whole entire life. We're all seeing the same data being put into us. It's like I get handed a piece of paper and it says ABC. We're all seeing the ABC, but this ABC could mean so many different things to everyone. We're all seeing the ABC, But what I'm perceiving as ABC will be different to what everyone else perceives as ABC. For example, if you live in Melbourne City like me, and I say, man, I want to go ABC because I love getting lit there. You know what most people think? They're thinking of a bar in Melbourne Central, top level, that sells cheap drinks. But when I say ABC, I'm talking about a different place, because you know ABC is a very common name, and the people that know me well know what I'm talking about. Because that other bar that they're all calling ABC, I call it by its old name, which doesn't matter. But anyway, what was I talking about? Truths and untruths and jokes and stuff. Yeah, in every joke there's a truth. When we become so black and white that we where we categorize everything too rigidly into it's either this or that. For example, it's either fiction or non-fiction, or like a truth or not truth. This is very intelligent. This is a very intellectual, philosophical conversation. But yo, what is truth? And is your agreement of what we accept as truth the same as what another party would agree? Are you all relying on the collective consensus of your populace, of your society, of your level of intellect? Like, what's the agreed consensus of what we can accept as is truth? And or what should be considered valid for an argument? I think that's the point I was trying to get at. Yeah, what is considered valid as an argument? Because there's many arguments and there's many theories, especially when we use the word theory, where we're not dealing with absolute truths. When we say a theory, this is what we don't know, so we can only rely on fabricated ideas and thoughts to have a theory that eventually gets accepted. Oh, how's that to open the minds of all you? Oh, you have to tell the truth. Oh, these scientific studies said this. Blah, blah, blah. I got friends that when we talk about exercising, using weights at the gym, they only want to listen to people that suggest something with the backing of scientific studies. And damn, like, if you only give validation to scientific studies, I don't even know if you ever verify or clarify whatever studies are being presented, nor look at the actual study itself and see how it really applies to the level of advice you're getting. I find it a very limiting way to live the life, and you miss out on all the beauty and innovation that the rest of life has to offer out there. Because if you're too stuck on trying to get truths proven, in a sense you miss out on the new innovations that life could present. If the people that invented shit weren't being creative and trying to make up new ideas, there would be fewer technologies out there. Technology would not advance as far as it could. Part of it is going beyond the truth, or trying to live and embody a life beyond the current accepted truth. That is how we become creative. That is how we beings excel. It's when we have that, what's that forbidden word, faith. Ooh, faith. It's not about whether like it's a likely outcome or not. It's just faith. Yo, faith has helped us and helped made us grow so far in life. And yet the basis of faith is based on putting your money on an untruth. I'm not even talking about black and white things. Kinda. I wanted to say as well, one thing that helps people grow, and this one goes out for all the parents and all that. Okay, wait. You know what? I'm not giving advice to any parents. Fuck that. I'm gonna get sued. I'm not giving any I'm not telling anyone anything, whatever. But in terms of the kind of things you give your children, and I say media, I'm not talking about like social media or media. Look up what media means, and it's pretty much the environment you put your you put whatever in. That's what media is. It's your environment. Anyway, depending on the type of media children are exposed to, in terms of like fiction, non-fictional things, it makes a good difference if, even if it's fictional shit, you expose them to things that teach them good lessons, whether it's fiction or non-fiction, because they develop a lot of truths about themselves, especially in the fiction. I was talking with my cousins yesterday, and then we were talking about, I forgot what the point we were talking about. Oh, how young kids are always just into doing bad shit and petty crime and all that stuff nowadays. And I said, I know one reason. It's because nowadays kids lack good role models, and they're too busy following dickheads that flaunt a sort of success. And unfortunately for the kids, they can't perceive the extent of that success, or at least how superb and solid that type of success is, because they're all just busy following idiots that get quick wins and quick fixes, and thinking, hey, I'm going to live life like that, so that's the way to do it. There's not enough good role models for younger ones out there. And I'm going to say, what makes me different to a lot of the younger kids back there? And I'm trying to think of my role models. I had different role models, but there's one thing I knew that really helped me back in the day when I was young, and that's Dragon Ball Z. Yo, it's fictional stories and all that. It's all made up, but it doesn't matter. Those stories were pushing very strong and solid philosophies that I still feel within myself. Like, you know, even though you go through defeat, that defeat is the chance for you to come back stronger than ever. They teach you that in Dragon Ball Z. Like, even though things go wrong and you lose a battle, if you're still alive, that means you have the opportunity to come back, try again, and you will come back stronger. You learn things from your failures and your defeats. Like, they explain that, and they really push that idea and concept in their own way in the Dragon Ball Z stories. But yo, that was very strong, and I know all the people that used to watch those shows during my time as well, they all have that in their head. They might not understand it, but it's all in their head as well. It's like, yo, man, like, you know, when we get defeated, that's when we level up more and become stronger. We all got that kind of shit. I don't know if kids know that. Is that, like, I find that's a sense of resilience and endurance and perseverance that might be lacking now. Because I see people take a more beat around the bush approach to a lot of things, and they're more looking for quick fixes rather than trying again and trying harder. It's it can be very wasteful to keep trying and endlessly like fail and all that, but that's that's that point taken to an extent that's too far. But generally, success can come from trying again. If you give up straight away, you'll never know for sure if you could have succeeded that second time. If you accept defeat and don't try again, then of course you're a defeated person. You never give your chance. You never give yourself the chance to become successful once. Because even one success makes a huge difference versus just accepting failure once and living in that failure forever. Try again, because you can become the champion of the world. Or you can be black and white, like, hey, I failed once, that means I'm just a failure straight away. You can live in those black and white terms. Or you can believe in the fiction that, oh shit, I failed once, but you know what? I'm going to come back stronger and ever and then win this time. And me winning this second time is going to change the results of everything. And there may not be anything that proves the truth in that. But just holding on to that idea and having faith in it, oof, yo, now you have power. What am I talking about? How did I get to this? Who knows? I already talked for a while, so whatevs. I think my next spiritual video, I don't need to, but it'd be better off if I have something to present. Something easy to digest. But whatever, I'm talking. I'm going to end it here. I could go on for hours and hours, but whatever. Let's end it there. Signing out.